we'll go back to when Griffin was first revealed. Actually, he was leaked out technically because of his trading card was leaked out before Gen 3 ever was announced. So we knew, okay, this is Griffin. This is kind of like the spiritual successor of Winton Styles from Gen 2. So everybody in the community is like, "Oh, is Deven Mack going to voice Griffin this time?" But then Devin's like, "No, Griffin's going to be voiced by a student of mine." And lo and behold, Sephira Bukasa.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was actually pretty funny because I saw that interview and no, I saw that video that you because you asked him and I'm like, oh boy, oh boy, I'm getting mentioned. Although I'm getting alluded to, not fully mentioned, but I was really excited for like the anticipation of what people would think, what people would like, especially when Deven said, "Oh, it's actually a student of mine." I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, that's quite the intro."
Tell me what he was like as a teacher.
So, Deven, it's so hard to say it because I feel like I'd be understating too much. He's like amazing doesn't even cut it. Just saying Deven is amazing is a huge understatement.
I mean, we've had him on the show. He is actually genuinely amazing.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like maybe I'm at a loss for words. I'll say super amazing because the way just his role in like the community in terms of like for voice acting helps a lot of people, guides a lot of people. He's like a very important voice in the community. Learning that I get to be a student of a guy that voiced a character from a show I really like, Lab Rat from Grossology.
Yes.
And learning that it's someone that when I looked for inspiration when I was first starting, starting professionally, I saw him, checked him out, and I'm like, oh yeah, Deven's pretty cool and all that stuff. So this is when I hadn't met him yet. So looking at the different voice actors, because I always looked at who are the Canadian voice actors that are known and all that stuff. And then it was at some point where he sent out a tweet, just a simple tweet asking, "Hey guys, if you are in Ontario, if you're a voice actor, a black voice actor in Ontario that can do these age ranges, I want to hear from you." And in my mind, I'm just like, it's gonna be a lot of people. I'll just like his tweet. I'll just like it, and I'll send him some stuff to tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. I like his tweet. Within 30 minutes, he's like, "Hey, I see you just like my tweet. You got something for me." And I was like, "Oh, ooh, whoa, whoa, this was quick." And I told him, I was like, "Yes, I'll send it to you tomorrow." I didn't expect it to be to be contacted this fast. And so I sent him 'cause I hadn't got any actual roles yet. And even the movie that I filmed, I don't think it was widely available yet on YouTube and everything. So I'm like, "Hey, I did a ton of auditions. Let me just send them the auditions." And immediately, he listens to it, he listens to a couple of them, immediately words of encouragement. He words I want, because when you do a lot of auditions and you don't get something that bites, or you're a finalist in these auditions but you don't get it, there is that perseverance in me, obviously, to keep going, because you don't get these roles after the first maybe even 50 auditions. But sending that to Deven and hearing him being asking me, "Hey, am I part of an agency yet? Do I have professional roles yet? This is very good. We can work on this together." These words of encouragement may be okay, this is some level of acknowledgement. This is really good, and it's for someone I really respect. So I was really glad. I was extremely glad and very happy that I got contacted, right? And immediately, 'cause he coached me through different auditions, and Deven the thing that he taught me during, like, whether it be during auditions to get like different roles, whether it be through my, especially during the demo reel recording sessions, because he was the right director for that one. He's one of the best people to have in your corner because he'll give it to you straight if something is like not it in terms of what he's looking for, and he'll have different avenues and different, like, really, really, really solid criticisms for how to advance and how to improve and how to modify different things. It was to the point where even when we were done, we had like the takes we wanted for certain auditions. He'd be like, "Hey, let's put like the auditions to the side. I really want to explore what we can do." And these are probably like some of the funnest parts because we do the audition and then we get into like, let's explore different avenues we can take this character for the audition. Not necessarily because we will take these takes, but he wants me to really explore. Like he's a teacher that really wants you to like stop underestimating yourself in a way, because he knows he can pull an even better read, an even stronger read from you. And there'd be so many times where we just like explore. He'd be like, "Okay, can you give me this? Or have you seen this like TV show? Or what comes to mind when you think of this? Or what emotions are you feeling when you're going through it?" And then there's the one term that he kept on like insisting on. And I think it's like at the core right now of when I do my auditions. He has this one thing he says: explore or really get into like the musicality for the read. The musicality in like it's the rhythm, the pitch, the tone, like different elements of your voice to really explore that read more. Because you can come in with a character where you're an evil character and you're like, "Hey, I'm really evil, man. I want to destroy you," right? You can get that for a read. And yeah, he could be like that evil villain, sure. But there are ways, even in just a 15 seconds, to really improve on the musicality of that read, to bring out a read that when a voice director or casting director will hear it, or when you're recording for an actual show, you've already gotten the role, when you're actually delivering that read, varying the musicality will allow you to vary it up a bit, bring your character to different places within the read. And I think that's one of the most important elements that like he's taught me. And it's also why, like I said, when I said he's not just amazing, he's more, it's the way he manages to push you as a teacher, the way he will give it to you straight if your read isn't it, but he won't just give it to you straight, like directly, and that's it. He'll explain why. He'll really get into like the nitty gritty, like the actual details of why you can improve that read, how you can improve it. Like and it'll be like very meticulous too. Like it's very, very detailed stuff. And that's why whenever I think about it, whenever we'd have like a session together, and he would come back from being a voice director on an actual show, I would always think like, man, that must have been a very, very, very fun session for like that actual show. Like whoever was on the other end of receiving like his criticisms, his like words of encouragement, how to improve. Like I just knew that person was like in good hands, having like him as a teacher constantly. It's very, 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 very great.
Do you want to know more about Sephira Bukasa, the voice of Griffin? Check out the full episode of the BakuTalk Longer podcast right now.